Over the past couple of years, we as MMA fans have been hyping up Shavkat Rakhmonov to be the future champ of the UFC welterweight division. But you know what? I have a hot take. I don't think Shavkat Rakhmonov becomes a welterweight champ, and even if he does, I don't think he stays as champ very long. And I've got a few reasons in this video I have to believe this, and I'm going to try my best to convince you. Is this an L take? Am I onto something? Let me know. We're going to start off with the first point, which is he's too injury prone. This guy gets injured every other week, which means that he isn't very active, and it also means he misses out on opportunities. So Shavkat Rakhmonov missed out on the opportunity to fight Belal Muhammad in May because he was injured. Jack Della Maddalena was supposed to fight Leon Edwards. That fight got cancelled. Leon had to fight Sean Brady instead. They put Jack Della Maddalena against Belal Muhammad. That was meant to be Shavkat Rakhmonov, but Shavkat was injured and he couldn't fight. His limbs are made of china. He's not even like he's old. This guy's 30 years of age and he's injured every other month. He can't fight. His last fight was about 9 months ago in December against Ian Gary. His last fight before that was against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson in December of 2023. He has 2 fights in 2 years. And I know Shavkat's had that problem with his family a few months ago, and that's a very sad situation. You know what I'm saying? That only really covers the last 3 months. Like, what about the other 15? And you can try and compare it to the Chimaev situation, where Chimaev was getting injured from training too hard, and he couldn't fight, and he was inactive, and he had to keep pulling out of fights. That's why it took Chimaev so long to become a champ, because he was pulling out, he was injured, he's sick, his immune system's gone down. And I know he had a lot of hype going behind him going into that Ian Gary fight. 18 wins, 18 finishes. That Ian Gary fight was a terrible performance from both guys. Both guys averaged single-digit significant strike numbers in rounds 1, 2, and 5. That is a poor performance from both guys. And when you look at Shavkat's wins, they are kind of overrated. And that's my second point. Shavkat Rakhmonov, if we look at his topology and we look at what Shavkat has done in the sport, he has got Ian Gary by decision. Ian Gary is a very good fighter, we clearly saw that. It wasn't a very good performance from both guys though. But that was his last win, and it's over a probably future top 5 contender in Ian Machado Gary. Before that, he fought a 40-year-old Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who since that fight has been knocked out by Joaquin Buckley and lost a split decision to Gabriel Bonfirm. I thought he beat Bonfirm, but officially he lost that fight. Before that, he fought Jeff Neal, which he finished in round number 3, very good win, and Neil Magny, who he finished in round number 2. That being said though, Ian Gary and Carlos Prates both have wins over Neil Magny and Jeff Neal. Neil Magny, who Shavkat nearly took to a 3rd round, has been finished faster and better by Gilbert Burns, Carlos Prates, Michael Morales. They've all finished Neil Magny better and faster than Shavkat did. You've got to say this about Shavkat's wins. There are guys in the division who have better wins than him. If Carlos Prates beats Leon Edwards, he's now ahead of Shavkat, in my opinion. That's a better win than Ian Machado Gary, in my opinion. And let's compare Shavkat's resume to a guy like Sean Brady. We can compare his ranked wins, his unranked wins. Unranked wins, Sean Brady's got actual names on there. Alex Oliveira's all right. He went 11-10 in the UFC. Colton Harris went 4-3 in the UFC. And the other guy went 10-4, which is actually a pretty good win, to be fair. But Shavkat doesn't really have name value on his unranked wins. Sean Brady, we're looking at Jake Matthews. That's a very good win. Ismail Nuradiev, that's a good win. Michael Chiesa, good win as well. Then we look at their ranked wins, and I'd say they're pretty similar up until the point where it's Ian Machado Gary versus Leon Edwards. Sean Brady dominated and finished Leon Edwards, became the first guy to finish Leon Edwards inside his MMA career. Sean Brady became the first guy to do that. Shavkat Rakhmonov has nothing on Sean Brady in terms of resume. I know Sean Brady's lost to Belal Muhammad. Boo-hoo, that's what happens when you fight actual champs. Belal Muhammad's a former champ. Leon Edwards is a former champ. Shavkat, yes, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson's a good win. He's 40 years old. Ian Gary's a good win. We don't know how good Ian Gary truly is. Yeah, he beat Carlos Prates. Don't forget the part where Ian Gary was on his knees crawling about, desperate to survive for the last 2 minutes of that fight in round number 5. Neil Magny's been finished by half the division, and Jeff Neal's a good win, but it's not Leon Edwards. It's not Gilbert Burns. Third and final reason why I think Shavkat will not be a champ. He's now in the most stacked division. If we turn back the clock a year, it's Leon Edwards, Belal Muhammad, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Those are the 3 guys in the division who can really challenge for a title. Leon Edwards is 2-1 against Kamaru Usman. They've already had their trilogy. Usman's out the picture. It's just Belal Muhammad, who is on his unbeaten streak, and Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, if we look at the UFC welterweight division, we have JDM as champ, Islam Makhachev moving up, Belal Muhammad's still in there, he just needs to get 1 or 2 wins. Kamaru Usman's coming back, Michael Morales is coming up, Carlos Prates is coming up, Ian Machado Gary's still in there. We are looking at Sean Brady. I forgot about Sean Brady. He's still in there. That's 7 or 8 names that Shavkat's going to have to compete with for a title shot. And with how inactive and injury prone he is, with how he doesn't really have the best wins to begin with, let's be real here, I would say he's probably going to have to fight 1 or 2 times. This is going to have to be against top level caliber opponents. I know Shavkat's good and he can probably get wins over these guys, but God forbid if he loses to any of them, that's 2 years worth of progress down the drain. It's going to take him 2 years to try and get back to where he was. And keep in mind, by the way, Shavkat's yet to really fight anyone who's top 5 level. I know you can say Ian Machado Gary or Ian Gary is that level. It was also Shavkat's worst performance to date. Let's say he wins and he gets a title shot. If he misses out on that opportunity, that's another year down the drain. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.